Okay. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Gameplay demonstration. Released today. It's about a bit over 10 minutes of gameplay stuff. I'm very excited. I adored Breath of the Wild. So much fun. A super big change up from the other Zelda games. I know a lot of people didn't like a lot of the changes, especially the weapon durability thing. And I'm not usually a fan of that in games, but I kind of was able to look past it because the game was so good, I guess, in a way. But yeah, I played so much of that game. I 100%ed my first file. I've done shrine runs on stream. Just played for fun, speedrun stuff as well. Watched a bunch of speedruns and learned a lot of the strats from speedruns. It's a great game. It's a real fun sandbox. Crazy open world collectible stuff is just so nice, and it's just at the core, it's still very Zelda, and very, very cool. So let's jump into this and see what's happening.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
I'm AG Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
Howdy.
First, I have some news. Development on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete. Thank you very much for waiting.
You're welcome. I hope it's worth the wait.
Many of you are looking forward to this game, and we've released a few trailers so far. Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show you what it's like.
Oh, so he's going to play it himself. Cool.
Okay? Let's begin.
Let's begin indeed.
Here we are in the land of Hyrule.
I'll watch it through like once, and then I'll go back and
There's a vast world to explore.
glimpse its
Of course,
specific things.
It's not just the same world as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches. In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches high into the sky. You'll notice some landmasses floating up there. We call them Sky Islands. You're probably wondering something. How do you get to the Sky Islands when they're so high up? If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is. Let's head over to it. We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here it is. Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell... Look, it started rising. This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's movement. Since I just used recall on the fallen rock, I can now rise into the sky. We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands. Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them. There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too.
Interesting that he went straight into a dive animation when he jumped off there.
I made it. There are lots of
Hey,
ways
Dragon.
to reach the Sky Islands, so we hope you'll try a few different methods. Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just
Dang.
like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing here. You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though. Let's walk around for a bit. There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later. Let's continue. Oh, something's there.
Oh,
This is
friend.
a brand new enemy called a construct.
Construct.
We'll fight it using the branch we just picked
He's
up.
also got a stick. Stick fight.
Ah, the branch broke. Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch and... we defeated it. Moving on. We've now explored more of the Sky Island. As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us very far. Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here, and do this, look, we can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer. This is called Fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects.
Wow.
Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon. We're dealing with two of them at once. Oh, we beat one. The weapon's attack has definitely improved. The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You can do all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability.
Long stick.
You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork,
Extra long pitchfork? Oh.
A weapon with a much longer attack.
Oh boy.
With this, we don't have to get too close to enemies, and we can safely attack from a distance. You can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory.
No way.
For instance, try fusing this leaf.
No way. Does it blow them away?
Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you can freeze faraway enemies. Very useful.
Oh, wow.
In addition, let's see. Ah, there's a bird flying around. If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving objects as of late, so my shots rarely land. So, at times like these, here's an eyeball you can
The eyeball, is it gonna seek? It's gonna be a seeking.
Use it to an arrow and look, it homed in on the target.
That's so cool.
Let's try this on another bird. I'll just fire in that general direction. It's very simple.
Incredible.
Depending on what you stick together, the fuse ability could also be beneficial for hunting. I fused a mushroom to my shield. Now, you're probably wondering...
Is it gonna poison enemies when they attack it?
Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom. Let's fight an enemy with this. I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight of Link, so...
Sneak.
Attack!
Amazing.
If you struggle with combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods. In the previous game, you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options for sticking things together. Let me demonstrate. Some of the Sky Islands even have rivers. We'll want to cross this one, but swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that resembles a boat around here.
No way.
We'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log. Let's do one more. We'll bring this over here and attach a third log. It's a makeshift raft. This is another new ability called Ultra Hand. Even though the logs are currently attached, they can be detached. Let's modify the shape of the raft.
Oh my god.
You can always attach things or detach them like this. Now, if we put this on the water, it's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat. We've made a simplified version of a boat. However, it won't move in its current state, so we'll need something to propel it forward. There's something here.
Is it a fan?
Let's try hitting it. Oh
my god, they're gonna put it on the boat.
It's blowing wind. Looks like we found a fan. Why don't we try attaching it?
I wonder what the battery thing is.
We'll attach another one. This should make the boat well balanced.
I wonder if it's just the battery of that object. So when he hits it, it shows you the battery of whatever you hit.
Okay, they're attached.
Okay, they do snap in place.
All right,
it's not.
Let's try moving the boat.
Yeah, see the batteries?
Hey, it's moving.
Whoa,
It's
man.
sailing pretty fast with the wind from the fans.
Wild. Wild.
Since we added 2 fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time. All right, we reached the other side.
Oh, is that a friendly thing? It's cute.
In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car
So
and a
the
flying
stuff they
machine.
made.
Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own. There are all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game. And depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So, try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure. There are even more new abilities. Take this building over here.
Insane.
Okay, watch this.
Yeah, we saw that in the
Pass
first
right
trailer.
through the ceiling. This new ability is called Ascend.
Ascend.
If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above you.
But you can do
There are
that
some
to
restrictions,
any of the
but
islands.
What's great about this ability
I was gonna say there's
is that
restrictions.
As long as there's a ceiling, you can use it anywhere.
So you go in the cave, gets to top the
For
mountain.
example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it.
Whoa. But I wonder what the restrictions. I need to know what the restrictions are. Come on, man.
Come on, keep going.
Oh, I love that he swims through it. That's kind of cool.
Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill.
Okay.
In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage. If it's got a ceiling, you know what to do, right? Exactly. Oh, there's another construct. It seems to be holding a strange weapon. Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons.
They can make their
battles
own.
Will play out a bit differently
Okay.
from the previous game.
It's gonna smack you. Oh, jeez.
It blew me
Oh.
away with wind. Looks like it's got some sort of fan.
Ooh.
Ah! I got pushed off. Ah well, let's just return to the surface. You can quickly descend from the sky to the surface like this. It feels so good. In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the land. You can also search for destinations that pique your interest. Once you've chosen your destination, you can speed things up.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Let's dive into this river.
All the way in.
And we're back on the surface.
Okay.
There are still so many things I'd like to show you, but
What is
let's leave it
that?
at that for now.
Big bat thing.
What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game. I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too. In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible. There's still a lot of new gameplay, mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today, but they're all jam-packed into this unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll use your imagination to explore it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
Crazy. Crazy. I see they have a special switch at the end there as well. I might be getting this. So I haven't gotten an OLED Switch yet, and I've been waiting for a nice one. Oh, so that's what it was, putting the cannon on the weapon. It makes so much more sense now. Okay. Ooh, it's pretty nice. Interesting. End of April? Yeah. Okay, so let's fly back here and have a look. See, I am sold. If I wasn't already sold on it, I'm sold now. Bloody hell, man. The fuse thing is crazy. What a really interesting way to kind of circumvent the durability thing in its own way. Yeah, interesting. Now, I still have to see numbers on all these things, like how the durability still works. Like, we saw him put the rock on the stick, and it seemed to... He was able to take down 2 enemies, so he hit, like, maybe 10 times in total with it, and there was no sign that it was going to be breaking, which is a lot better than a stick. But I have to see numbers on all that stuff to see how well the durability actually changes, because I think they want to try to, you know, not have it as be as annoying, I guess, as it was in the first game. Especially early on when you're still figuring things out, the durability thing can be a bit of a pain. But all the abilities look so cool, man. So recall. So yeah, I'm really curious about the ascend ability, and obviously the fuse one is crazy. They said there was restrictions on it. I was just curious to see what those restrictions are. It's obviously going to be a distance thing. It's not like you can stand underneath any of these sky islands and just go whoop all the way up to it. Obviously, they want you to be using the recall ability or making a vehicle. I can't believe you can just make shit. Making a vehicle to fly you up there or whatever. Very, very interesting. Yeah, the recall thing's cool. They just did that one thing with it, getting up to the island using that fallen rock. Seems that like when you get close to an island, or maybe just all the time, there are like things falling down from the islands that you can jump on and recall to get up there. That's what I'm guessing. I mean, combat's the exact same. The fuse thing is super cool, man. I'm really into that. And it's the melee fuse thing is great, attaching 2 weapons together, being able to smack things with it, but the fucking arrows, man, the bow and arrow stuff is wild. Just every material in the game is going to have an effect of some sort, or at least there's a set list of them. Like, I assume if it's on this list, it does something, essentially. So, like do wings. Throwing a wing on an arrow doesn't make it fly like super fast as like a sniper. Obviously these things are probably just going to add damage. The sharp things, I assume, just add damage. Putting meat on it, can you, I don't know, feed things from a distance with the meat? I don't even know what this is. The homing thing with the eye, man, is so cool. I love that. I love that so much. Super fun, super intuitive. I'm just so excited to jump in and try it all out myself. The making the boat thing was wild, man. Ultra hand. So fusing makes the vehicle, but ultra hand, I assume, just it seems to be able to just pick up the whole things. Also, I'm seeing the icons for the abilities in the top left corner there, so I'm kind of getting a better idea of what they do. Because he just uses ultra hand to pick up the whole thing. That's all that seems to be. Cool. And also a funny little note as well is that when you make a vehicle, so when he made this boat with the 4 fans,
all sorts of objects
has 4 fans and has a sail. So the sail is pushing it one direction.
You'll come across in this game.
Jumps on it. The sails.
Depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them. So try crafting different things.
And then he just smacks it, and the whole thing activates at once. It's not like you smack each fan to get them going. It's whatever's attached to it, you smack it, and the whole thing just activates. Whatever's on it just activates. Really interesting. Very, very interesting. Straight away, I'm just thinking speedrun stuff. If the first game had some crazy mechanics for getting around with speedruns, between the bomb boost and the crazy, I can't remember what they called it, the wobble. If you know, you know. For getting around and all sorts of crazy speed things. The possibilities for this are going to be wild. They're wild. just God knows. Now it seems there is like it snaps. It's not like pixel perfect where you put the things like, you can't put like just 3 fans on the back in random areas. They only snap to those corners, and maybe they snap onto the sides, but only in very specific spots. So there is a bit of a limit there to what you can do with things. But
and explore this world at your leisure.
Super, super cool. I love that. Now, interesting there as well, the battery. He has 4 fans on this thing.
Explore this world at your leisure.
And he smacks it, and it uses a lump of battery first to get off the ground, I guess, and then it drains pretty quick. Like within 1 second after that clip, it drops again. So that's not a perfect sky vehicle that's going to be able to get you up to these islands. But like they said we saw these vehicles before in previous trailers. These seem a bit more fancy. You know, this thing has wheels, has a light. I assume that's some sort of engine on the back. This little green bulb thing. So maybe you can add battery power to things. You can find these power sources and snap them on, and that'll make it a bit more powerful. Or maybe the materials you use will affect it. He's obviously on this thing, which is similar to the boat, except it just has a metal frame in the middle. But he's way up in the air. So maybe, and it has like a steering wheel and stuff as well. So maybe the materials you use will add to its efficiency. And then he also had a flying thing there as well.
We showed scenes of Link, right?
Hot air balloon, full on, just platform hot air balloon, and you can see the green stuff from the fuse on it. Very interesting stuff, man. Very interesting. Super, super cool. Oh, man. What great ideas. These are great. Now I wonder, do you still have access to the previous abilities as well? Do you still have bombs and stasis and cryo? I don't know. And magnesis. I assume you would have access to them in some way, shape, or form. Interesting. And I love this ascend thing. Because another thing that a lot of people, I liked it quite a lot, but a lot of people weren't mad on was the stamina usage of climbing things in Breath of the Wild can be super frustrating and very time consuming and kind of whack, especially, you know, when it's raining and stuff, you're slipping down things. It can get really annoying at certain times. So having an ascend, having this way of being able to get around no matter what, essentially. And I wonder, like, even if, once again, I still see these restrictions to see what kind of limits this thing has. Like, he's passing under a bridge. There's a bridge here on the left. Here. So could he stand here and fly up to that bridge? It's a pretty big distance. But I don't know what. I'd like to know what the restrictions are. And obviously he can swim through things. I think the restriction's probably going to be more of the ground to the ceiling. I don't think there's going to be a big restriction on the swimming through it, because there's no reason for that really. It's probably just the ceiling, the ground to ceiling height is the restriction, and I hope you can improve it. I hope it starts off quite low and you can improve it somehow, like all these abilities. That would be pretty cool. Like the way you could evolve the abilities in the first game with the giving them bonus, giving them bonuses and stuff. And we're still seeing, you know, ingredients and cooking pots. All that stuff was really cool, worked really well in the first game, so why not keep it all? This is the second time we've seen one of these. These seem to be some sort of neutral construct thing. It's not an enemy. We saw one earlier as well in the video when he got across the water that time. After he made his little boat. And the name actually popped up, so we'll be able to see what it is. What it is. I'm also seeing all the highlighted stuff for Ultra Hand. Is that what's called? Ultra Hand, yeah. This giant thing at the back is all highlighted. This big lump of building. So I wonder if there's like parts of the Sky Islands that are also made up pieces that you can take and move around and put them somewhere else to kind of help you get places, reconstruct in a way. Very curious. So yeah, you see, you jumped off here, and you can see this little.
All right, we reached the other side.
This friend ranger construct, it said. So I wonder if they're just purely neutral and they just, I don't know. They seem to be gathering something off the ground there.
We reached the other side.
Yeah, ranger construct there. Yeah, interesting. Cool. Stambulb. It's a new thing as well. I assume it just gives you stamina.
In the most
yeah. There's not a whole lot else to look at. I mean, they explain it pretty well. I'm very excited for this fuse thing, man. The weapons thing is hilarious. Hilarious. What a great idea. And I wonder if does he have it on his back at any time? Like the Master Sword in it is obviously like shredded. It got busted up by, I assume, the villain, this zombie boy played by Matt Mercer. So I wonder if would you always have that as a handle? So it's probably a really ineffective weapon, but you can always use it as a base to make other weapons. That'd be nice if you can just always have a backup handle to slap something on to fuse it and use it no matter what. So you always have a weapon. There was times in Breath of the Wild, especially early on, where I didn't have any weapons. Maybe I tried to fight something really big and I broke all my weapons and now I'm just stuck. It'd be nice to still at least have a single option to play with. I do kind of hope that. Hilarious as well, the rake thing, the long stick and the rake thing, just a super long spear. Brilliant, so funny. The range is absolutely wild. And yeah, seeing all the rest of these things pop, I wonder what the mushrooms do. Because the mushrooms in the game like restore your health, and same with restore your different things. I wonder what happens when you slap them with an arrow. I would say just add damage depending on the hearts that's on it, maybe. I don't know. Interesting. I wonder if you put this leaf on it. Does it act as like a wind blast when you hit them, so blow them away? Super cool, man. I'm very excited. Dragons still flying around, but they're not infected or anything, so I wonder if they're the dragons, you can just jump on them and use them to lift up to the islands. If they obviously they're going to have a circuit, same as they did in the first game essentially, but I wonder if they pass low enough that you're able to just jump on them and then just ride them all the way up to the islands. That'd be pretty cool. That taxi service. Interesting. Very cool, man. Cool. I'm putting stuff in the shield as well. It's another great thing. I wonder how a lot of that works. I'm so curious. The possibilities are just, there's going to be thousands of combinations in this, even if there's 100 items, which I'm pretty sure there's more. There's way more. Like if you combine all the sticks and rocks and materials and everything and all the weapons and shields, there's hundreds in this game, or at least it was in the first game. So the combinations are going to be in the thousands, tens of thousands. Like just wild, man. Absolutely wild. Very, very cool.
For sticking things together. Let me demonstrate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Look, there's not much more to talk about. I think we touched on everything. I love this. I love getting gameplay and not just getting more trailers. Because they did like, 2 or 3 really teasery trailers. Just basically cinematic. They're in-game footage, but there's no information. There's no HUD. There's no information on how any of it worked. We're just like left with more questions. So I like this. I like getting a short demonstration and explaining the basics, essentially. Oh man, I'm excited. Very excited. Cool. I'll leave it at that. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts going into this? I'm really curious to see if anyone, because I personally know a couple of people who haven't played the first game. They got the first game, played it for a bit, just didn't like the whole vibe of it and just haven't played it ever. I'm really curious to see if this is going to be scratching a different itch for you, if this seems to be a bit more up your alley. I'm very curious, because like I said, the Breath of the Wild is amazing, incredible in so many ways, but it did divide a bunch of the community because it's such a different change of pace. It's such a different step in the direction, design wise and gameplay wise, from previous games. I'm very, very, very curious to see what you guys are all thinking about this. Cool. Right, I'll leave it there. Have a good morning, evening, night, whatever you're doing. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully.